Okay, so the date is 7/01/2020, and I need to do a meet and confer with the attorneys for McDonald's Restaurant Inc. And so...
Oh, hey, Dillard, how are you? I'm sorry I didn't call you back. Things have been a little busy.
Oh, not a problem. Hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, it's fine. Hey, so before you tell me what you're going to say, let me respond to what you had left a voicemail about the hospital.
Yes, since you guys was trying to get the bills paid off,
Yeah.
I called, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I left you with
So, I got your message, but the thing is, I don't think they're gonna let me talk to them directly, because like when I talk to about my wife's bills, they always want her permission, and I'm not sure. If I call them, they'll say, "Well, it's Dillard's private business." So I don't know if they will speak to me about your finances. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. I spoke with the young lady about that. The day is what, 7/1/2020, and that was I think 3 days ago that I left the message. So the reason I'm calling you today, I guess you can title this as a meet and confer, is to have you call over there, because I talked to the young lady and she said that she would. Since I gave her permission to give the information to you guys, so you can close that case out.
Okay. Well, but here's the thing, though. So what I was talking about was not a bill from the hospital, but I think my thing is, if there was a Medi-Cal or Medicare lien, then I'm pretty sure we're required by law to pay them any settlement directly. But with the hospital bill, I don't think that we are, unless they've filed a lien. I don't think that their lien applies to us. Does that make sense? So I think if the hospital is billing you, I think we can give the money directly to you, whatever the settlement money is. Does that make sense? So I'm not sure it's good for me to talk to the hospital, because I don't think you want the hospital to know that you might be getting a settlement, do you? I mean, that's your call, but I mean, do you want us to send the money to the hospital, or don't you want us to?
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, they're putting this on my credit, and I want this removed off of my credit. In order to do that, these people must get paid. So whether you guys...
Okay. You don't care whether we pay you or them.
Correct, because I'm suing for the $9,000. The other one I called, they said that's been removed. It was for about $1,500, something like that. It's been removed. It's showing a 0 balance. So I'll say good. So this other one...
Why was that removed?
Somebody paid it. I guess Medi-Cal, somebody paid it.
Oh, so there will be a Medi-Cal lien done for part of it.
Okay.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. So you're saying about $1,500. If you could email me or give me the actual amount, that would help at some point. But
it's on the bills. It's on the bills that I sent you guys and filed in the court. All that information is on those bills. It has not changed.
Okay. I mean, I'll try and check, but I don't. If you could give me the exact amount, then can you give me the exact amount to the penny? Then I can look on the bill. Because otherwise, when I look, sometimes there might be different numbers, and I don't know if I'm looking at the right one. Does that make sense?
If you look up under the last judicial notice that I filed, it's in there.
Okay.
And
okay, well, I'll try and find it, but okay. But, I mean, if you could quote me it's about 1,500, sure it's 1.5?
Close to that or whatever, but it's been paid. The balance on that one was 0. It's been paid. I don't know who paid it. And this other one is close to $7,000 is still pending. That's the one I left in.
So, but you just said 9,000. So when you say 9,000, you mean the total is 9,000. So 7,000 something plus 1,500.
There's some of them in there for like, $35 here, $45, $100 here and there, so it's broken up, and that's why I just rounded it off.
Okay.
So one I called on, like I told you earlier, that one, it showed a 0-0 balance. This other one, the high one, is close to 7,000. That's the one that I left the information on your phone and asking you to call them. But you're saying since it's not a lien, you guys can put that in the settlement, and I can forward it over to them.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's my understanding. I'll double check, but I mean, unless there's something, and again, I think it's safer for you to talk to them, because I don't know if you want to tell them, hey, I've got money coming in, this or that, because you might be able to negotiate with them, that sort of thing. But that's your call, I mean, that's none of my business. But I'm trying to think. Let's see. I mean, as long as they give you the accurate numbers, that's fine. I mean, maybe if we come to a settlement, then just before the settlement, if you give me permission, I could speak to them, make sure we have the right numbers and the current numbers. But I'm not sure at this point I want them to know that you might be getting, you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. This is the reason I'm filing the lawsuit, is because I want to get this thing cleared up.
Okay, all right. Okay, now I think I understand that better. I didn't understand that before. Before, I thought I was only concerned about Medicare or Medi-Cal liens, but you're just concerned with the hospital bill, period. Okay, all right.
Because I want this removed off of my credit, and then...
Okay. But then I'm a little confused, because I thought, we had offered they had offered some, before I came on board, they offered some lower amounts that you did not accept. And then we came up to 4. I thought you came down from something like, I don't know, whatever your original was, 10 or 12. I thought you came down to 6. But now it sounds like you're going back up to a higher number.
Okay. Right away,
or were you...
What I'm trying to do in the beginning when I was talking to Charlotte, I was trying to get Charlotte to say, hey, look, let's get this medical expense out of the way, and then we can talk about the pain and suffering. So she was not willing. She said, I don't think I'm willing to pay $10,000 for your case. And I'm saying, okay, if you're not willing to pay $10,000 on this case, you're really not going to want to pay me for the amount that's out there on this hospital bill. And then you're telling me you're not going to pay me for my pain and suffering. That's what you're telling me. Because I ain't even gave you a quote. I've never given you a quote on the pain and suffering. We ain't even talked about the amount for the pain and suffering.
Oh, see, I thought we were talking about settling the whole case when we were talking about that. That was what I was thinking. So we were not talking about the same thing, I guess.
No, it was not. I haven't included the pain and suffering, because we haven't discussed that. We're talking about trying to get this hospital bill paid so I can get it off of my credit.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be difficult if you're at that high a number. How much are you thinking for pain and suffering?
I haven't really came up with a number. That's why I told you guys to throw a number out there. If it's reasonable, we can deal with it. I'm waiting for these hospitals to open back up because of this coronavirus, so I can get further treatment for my hand to see how that's what's going to happen with that. So. And so Charla was saying that she didn't think they were going to be willing to pay that amount for those medical bills and everything. So I pretty much basically she was telling me I'm gonna lowball you, whatever. So I'm like, okay, if you guys don't want to come up and take care of this, then I have no other choice but to take it to court.
Okay. All right, so let me talk to Brian and then the clients, and then I'll get back to you on that. But I didn't understand what you were saying. Now I have a clear understanding. But I was thinking that you were willing to settle the whole case for 6, and that we were close because we were offering 4. But it sounded like we were way far apart then.
That is correct, because like I said, the bills, as you can see, I filed them with the court, and as you can see, I filed all of the bills in there, and I'm trying to get the bills out of the way. And so what you're saying is that you wanted a total number for everything.
Yeah, because I mean, of course they want to settle the whole case. They don't want to settle this piece or that piece. So that was, I guess there was a misunderstanding. And I mean, the problem is that from McDonald's perspective, a lot of that was pre-existing. So I know you're saying it was aggravated, but it looks like some of that was already existing that they didn't cause, and that's why it's really hard to come up with a really high number.
Okay, if you will look at the video that I sent you guys of my blood pressure numbers, that particular video of my blood pressures was 252. I've never my blood pressure has never been that high before. So my sister's a nurse, and so as I'm talking to people about these blood pressure numbers being that high, they saying that had you just went somewhere and went to sleep, you probably wouldn't have woken up, because those numbers are very critical. That's when she says your blood veins are stretching. So you're actually stretching your blood veins and things of that nature, and you're doing
like a deadly type of pressure.
Yeah, you're doing damage to your heart and the veins. And so, and there's also the video where you see me going back to the hospital about the back injury, because it did aggravate or aggravate my back spinal cord injury. So it took me a couple of hours just to get out of bed to be able to sit up, so I can go to the hospital. And on the video, you hear me telling her that I'm having blurriness, my chest is hurting, and all kind of stuff. And that's when they did the EKG and all that on me. They gave me a shot. I was in the hospital at least probably about 8 to 10 hours, because I remember going to sleep, and when I woke up, I looked at the monitor, and the numbers had came down. They gave me some type of pill. It was a real small one, and they gave me a bed. I stayed there in the hospital until the blood pressure numbers came down. And I have pictures and videos of that. I don't know if I sent them to you, but I'm pretty sure.
No, I think I think you sent me some. I think you sent me some early on, so I still have those, and I did see them. And there's a still photo too that you included, right?
Yeah, and a lot of like I said, some of those pictures that I took were off of the video, because with my phone I can screenshot the video and turn it into a picture.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I'm very sorry you had to experience that. It's it's a horrible thing. Let me talk to Brian and update him on the latest. And my apologies if we were not on the same page about what you were offering and what we were thinking. So let me let Brian know and let the client know, and then we'll stay in touch with you on that.
Okay, since I got you here in this meet and confer, what I wanted to ask you is, are you guys going to ever give me a copy of the surveillance video?
But yes, after, as I mentioned before, I think we're happy to do that after the deposition. So, but I thought we were close to settlement. And then the COVID hit, so that's why we weren't in any rush to do the deposition. Because now it's really hard to do depositions. I don't know, would you be willing to appear in person for your deposition, or are you concerned about the COVID so that you would not want to appear in person?
I have a mask. I mean, it's no different from going to court, so...
Okay. So we'll just keep a distance, maybe some kind of barrier or something. But you don't mind being in the same room if both people have masks?
No, I don't mind it.
Okay, all right, and we'll try and keep it as short as possible, because, I mean, this isn't like a super complicated case. I think it's fairly, it's compared to some cases with, 20 people involved and all kinds of witnesses, we should be able to keep it. All right, well, that's good. So, my understanding is that we have no problem showing you the video, after the deposition. Is that okay? So do you want to go ahead with doing the deposition if we're not able to settle then?
Yes, I'm willing to do the deposition, and the thing is, uh, you guys keep saying I want to show you, and the paperwork that I've sent to you guys, I'm asking for a copy of it, and I'm also asking that it be filed with the court, so it can be filed with the court.
Okay, well, and again, let me talk to Brian about that. I don't think it's a problem, but let me. But yeah, again, we wanted to do the deposition and then at the same time kind of exchange that.
Oh,
So let me update Brian, and we have an additional problem now is that our offices are closed. So before, when we were trying to schedule the depot, we could do it in LA or we could do it in Orange County. But now we have no place where we can do the depot. We will have to find like maybe a court reporter service. It sounds like some other attorney was able to do a depot at a court reporter's office, and that they had security measures in place. So I'll try and find out about that if there's anybody located near your place or near downtown or something that's convenient for you, or we'll figure out where, you know.
By the way, what is your correct spelling of your name?
Last name is spelled Sasaki, Sasaki.
Okay. And the first name?
First name, Edwin, Edwin. And then the middle initial is N as in neighbor.
Okay. Is there a state bar number on you?
158930.
158930, so you do have an attorney license.
Oh yeah, you'll have to be. Yeah, otherwise I can't represent that I'm an attorney.
Okay.
My name's on. I think my name's on some of the paperwork for the case. So it should be on, you know, some of the stuff we filed. But yeah, no, I'm happy to give it to you over the phone. That's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I wasn't able to pull anything up on there. Maybe I was misspelling your name.
Oh no, yeah, my name and bar number should be on some of the papers we filed, like the demur and the vexatious and that sort of thing. So I apologize if it's possible my assistant or somebody else mistyped it, but I think I typed it and I think it's correct.
Okay.
If you punch in 158930 under the state bar website, my name and background should come up.
Okay.
So, all right, you take care of yourself, Dillard, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. Just things were crazy over the last few days. I had a bunch of things to take care of.
No problem.
So let me get back to the client and let me get back to Brian. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do a settlement if we're that far apart. So we'll go ahead probably with the depot. But now we have a problem. I have to find a place that's convenient for you and us where we can meet, because our offices have been closed for I don't know, since March, and there's no indication of when we're going to be able to go back. So we can't do a depot in our office, which is our normal practice.
Okay, the judge gave me 20 days to file this Second Amendment complaint, and he told Brian to see if you guys can settle the case. Therefore, I would not have to file the Second Amendment complaint. So, what offer was you guys looking at making? So I guess we lost Mr. Edwin. Okay.